Rose City IDPA Championship 2018 breakdown video. I had a wonderful time shooting this match and working. This first match I worked as a safety officer, so I'd like to thank all the sponsors and all the great guys that helped put on the match. Okay, stage one. Should I stay or should I go? So, nice warm-up stage. What's interesting about this format is I'm going to shoot these targets again. So I wanted to pick a sequence that would work good for me. I just shoot the target on the right first. So I worked right to left, and then I reloaded and moved left to right, and I moved every time during my reloads is what the game plan was. So the sequence I chose was 3 for my first mag, 4 for my second mag on those two, and then I had to go to my third mag anyways, so I wanted to do it while I was moving, so I just put those extra rounds on those targets, right? Fortunately, I dropped points on these first 3 targets I can see right here. And it's killing me not to shoot that target that I can see, but I know I'm going to move toward it and reload, and now I can see that other target. So, you know, it's just my second position here. And now I'm reloading and moving again, saves me some time. 3 shots. I got extras if I need it, but I called them good shots. Okay, stage 2. 1,000 things to remember. And this was, man, the standards, this was a big stage for the match.
Yes.
And I am just not trying to lose the match on this stage. I just want to be consistent. I don't want to mess around with the barrels. In practice, I shot the barrels a lot. And I'm just going to tack reload between each position when I have to shoot strong hand. That way I can keep it the same and do the same format where I work back and forth. Another tack reload, and I'm shooting weak hand. And just really focusing on getting my hits. I'm not trying to win the stage at all. So stuck with the same format. 1, 2, 3 from right to left, and then 4, 5, 6 left to right each time. I could have shot it faster other ways, but then it would have been different either. I can see 4 targets, and I'm dying to shoot those 4 targets, but I am just trying to keep it consistent. That way I don't miss any targets or hit a barrel or something silly like that. And I'm just trying to survive here. Nice little tack reload as I move up. And then one-handed shooting still the same. I shot them the same every time. These 4 you could shoot in any order, but I wanted to shoot them the same every time. That way I wouldn't miss one or lose one behind the barrel and shoot one twice or something silly like that. That's really where the points added up if you made a mistake like that. And unfortunately, I dropped the points freestyle. All the freestyle points were in the back. I was so worried about the strong hand and weekend shooting that I did. And when I was up here weekend, I was able to see that last target right here. I was able to shoot it pretty quick. Pretty happy with my performance, but of course, I'd like to not drop so many points.
Stage 3, Lawbreakers. This was a very difficult stage of 1 to the body, 1 to the head on each target. So I want to get my gun as empty as possible, as soon as possible here. I'll get it done. So I'm putting the extra rounds in the head. And I'm committed to putting these extra rounds in these difficult headshots here and running the gun empty so I can reload while moving. Kind of rushed the last shot into this last position there, dropped 1 point. But it's a real solid game plan with all the extra shots, but made sure that I wasn't missing any headshots and better chance of getting a 0 down this way. I think it was a strong plan for 8-round divisions to do this. You know, it's just a few extra shots per position, and I save that time by reloading while moving. So one thing about this, the way the stage is set up in the corner of the bay, it's not level here. And I have a big training scar of practicing on level ranges. I really noticed how difficult, once I got the gun up in the sights, I could see how unlevel everything was. And I had trouble balancing around here. And it showed up on this stage and the next stage, of course, because we were running them backwards. But it's something interesting about not shooting in a level position, how that affects just the way you perceive the targets. And, you know, I totally missed that on my walkthrough.
0.
Stage 4, drop tubby and run. Tubby's a little stuffed giraffe wrapped in saran wrap that you must be hanging on to while engaging these first 3 targets. So it's kind of awkward. So it kind of throws your balance off. And then again with this this stage set up kind of in the corner where it's not level. You know, I got that scar of training on a level range. It kind of just throws you off a little bit, and you'd be surprised how much trouble people have with Tubby. And it's just the best 2 on each. It's a simple stage, but I made it pretty hard in the middle section here. Game plan was to dump 3 on each to get to slide lock and get rid of Tubby all at the same time. And I happened to hit the bucket with my magazine. I should get extra points for that. But this is where I really messed up. I shot 2 there, and then I put 3 next to the non-threats, which is a horrible idea. I don't know what I was thinking. But if I had to do it again, I would have went 2, 2, 3. Carried 1 round around the vision barrier. Because, see how I have to stop around this green pole and kind of hesitate? And I could have just carried that 1 round around and reloaded while I got up to these targets and really hosed them then. But if I had to do it again, that's what I would have done different. I kind of messed up. The middle section seems like a problem for me on every stage.
Yeah, you fired the shot when this foot went over.
Stage 5, Steel Deal. Man, stage has a lot of things going on here. You start with the rope in your support hand. And you got a little drop turner right there. And then you come out here to a 20-yard target. It's pretty far out there. And then you come down to the end for the activator. And it's got a little slider that moves across with a non-threat on it. A lot of things on this stage confuse you. Game plan was to put 3 on these. First 3. Get my gun empty for my 8-round division here. I had 9, started with 9. And then I come around the corner and I just start hosing this target way in the back like it's 5 yards away. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just trying to get rid of those rounds, and I had extra rounds, and I just went a little bit crazy there. I'm starting to see a trend, having trouble with the middle sections here. Moving into position, shooting that 1 low target, getting the paper as I activate, and now I'm waiting for the slider to come across. Had plenty of time. It's a little ahead of that just to stay away from the non-threat, and I got good hits. I was 1 down on the whole stage, and it was that 1 slider right there.
1.
Okay, stage breakdown for number 6. Surrender. Never mind. So you're starting with hands at surrender here. 16 rounds, best 2 on each. And it's kind of friendly for my 8-round division capacity. So only 1 stage. It wasn't 18 rounds making me do all the reloads. But so I decided to shoot this last section limited, right? I had 1 extra shot for the stage as long as I didn't go to my last reload. So I came up here, was real careful, getting good hits. I got 3 shots for the long target, get my 2. And now I'm turning my hips and I'm keeping my gun down range while I run along the wall to get that reload done during that long movement section. Kind of hesitant here, making sure, because I don't have any extra shots, making sure I'm getting my hits. But it turned out good, man. I had the second best time out of everybody on this match. Really happy with my performance on this one. The guy beat me, shot 1 point down, but he shot a lot faster. And, he had a really good game plan. And I was just trying to survive it, and it just turned out really good.
Stage 7, car motion. So it's guns loaded on your hip. It's 2 on each, hands on the steering wheel start. Draw's real important right here. So I make that transition. I'm really dumping rounds because I want to get those reloads in the movement. It's kind of tight in that corner here. I don't want to be reloading in there. I want to make those transitions quick. So I want to make my reloads during the long transition. Well, I got quick buzz there. I just realized that the timer said stand by and just buzzed me like right away. So that probably hurt my draw there a little bit. But I just dumping too many rounds, I think. It's a little bit too crazy. I should have just tack reload. I got plenty of room for a tack reload. I'm still 1 down, even though I put 4 on the target. So get a little bit of I got a little crazy there dumping rounds, but you know, I used that and I learned from it and used it on the next stage when we shoot those same targets again. So that's one benefit about the format, is that you can kind of learn your mistakes and improve a little bit. Stage 8 breakdown. Too much junk in the trunk. Unloaded start. Good little quick stage. 2 on each, and it's got a nasty little up and down. That it's not difficult, but it kind of tricks you into gauging some more targets before, you know. There's the activator, and it kind of slow, so I made sure I got some paper while I was waiting for the up and down to come up. So I needed all my mags, so I took the 2 mags and got it loaded. And I'm just dumping rounds because I want to reload in this big open spot. I want to make sure I'm reloading right here. That's what I was looking for. And it's only 4 rounds from these two positions here, so I need to tack reload. And I wanted plenty of rounds for the up and down. So come in here, hit the activator, take out that tuxedo target, put a little extra shot on the up and down, and I only have 4 rounds left. So I made it perfect to the end there.
Clear. Slide, trigger, holster.